All right. Well, really good about today's practice. We talked a lot yesterday about doing a better job finishing plays, and our guys came out today and made a conscious effort to do that. The runners, running through the echo of the whistle, receivers catching the ball, tucking it, and burst into the goal line, and that allows our defense to get their pursuit angles and also finish on the ball. One guy that stood out today was Tony Brown, a receiver, a veteran guy. Who he and Steven have very good chemistry. He showed up in some intermediate routes and also on the deep ball a few times, and that's always good to see when your veteran players that play a lot of ball that are leading by example, making plays. Some of our young guys are also stepping up. Jared Mangum did a much better job today finishing runs. He's a big back, he's a powerful guy, he's got good feet, but just learning how to finish and push through. We talked about that, and he made a conscious effort today to do that. Naeem Rodman on defense has been impressive. He's a heavy-handed young man with good balance and body control. He's been well coached, and so he gives really good effort. He's in good shape, and so I think we have a really good mixture of older guys, veteran guys who have been there and done that, and then some young guys that are starting to figure it out and starting to emerge, and we need everyone to be able to contribute. So we're getting everyone as many reps as we can, even splitting the squad up and splitting the coaches up and two-spotting some drills so we can get twice as much work done in the same amount of time, so we can develop our players. We're not afraid to play young players, and we need competition on our roster. So today was a step in the right direction. I thought we got better today.
You mentioned Jared Mangum. Do you think the spring game maybe gave him some confidence being a freshman coming in
here? He had a nice spring game. He showed us a lot. He's got burst and acceleration, and he can run behind his pads, and so you can't help but to gain confidence from him coming off a performance like that.
You mentioned wanting to rotate backs. When you look at the running back group right now, do you feel good about having several guys that you can run out there on game day?
It's a talented group, the running backs. We know a lot more once we put the pads on, because ball security is going to be critically important, and also pass protection. But we have a very solid group of guys, and we would like to have a stable that we can count on.
You mentioned Naeem Rodman. You're getting a lot of the young defensive linemen out there and getting them some looks. Is that just to build depth for starters?
Yes, we have to have depth on our defensive line. We have to keep guys fresh. I'm very comfortable playing 8, 9 guys on the D-line in a game. And so we're going to need our newcomers to step up and provide depth and be able to go in games and be productive and not have any drop-off. So we're going to get those guys as many reps as we can in practice.
Katie and Tony seem like they've both gone out of their way just to be leaders, to be a point of reference for some of the younger guys. Have you noticed that yourself, just them kind of stepping up and wanting to help out the young guys get acclimated here?
I have noticed that. The older guys are really stepped up and embraced the younger guys and are starting to step up as leaders. For example, today in our punt drill, KD was very helpful with the young guys that were gunners. He helped those guys get lined up, make sure they had the right split, make sure they were in and out of the huddle, and then he took his reps as well. So it was an extra effort on his part to be a leader, but he knows how important it is. He's in shape, he's got energy, and that's what we have to have from our veteran players. So that's very good to see. I'm proud of KD for that, and all of our older guys that are stepping up and leading for us.
Mel, is that a sign of team ownership, of the players taking ownership?
It is. When in the beginning, it's in the spring, it was the coaches. The coaches were the leaders, and pretty much all of the leadership was coming from the coaches. Now, some of our older guys that know what our expectations are as a coach staff, what they're doing now is they're starting to step up and they're starting to lead. They're starting to take ownership, hold each other accountable, hold themselves accountable, and so with the coaches and those guys, we have more leadership, and that's better for our team.
Katie also talked about blocking. And you mentioned that in the spring as well. How good is that receiver group getting at blocking?
Well, they're going to have to block, and they probably won't get targets unless they're willing to block. We'll see a lot more once the pass come on, but that's a huge point of emphasis for us. Is everyone has a job to do in every play, and you can gauge the toughness of your football team by how hard your receivers block and how physical your corners are in tackling.
Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.